We have a lot of assumptions to go through today, and I've decided to make this video after watching Mariana's assumption reaction video, which I loved, and I thought this would be fun. And by the amount of assumptions I have, I think you like the idea too. So let's get straight into them. First one is you either finish a 500-page book in a single night or don't read a word in months. So you're not very far off from the truth, because I tend to get into reading slumps pretty often and pretty easily. And the thing is, I literally cannot focus on reading for a long time, and then when I find a book that gets me out of the reading slump, I'll just continue reading every day, all day. So I have these really exaggerated levels at which I read. So currently I've been in a reading slump because of Dance of Thieves, but then I picked up there you go. I picked up Chicken Mate. I read it in one day and then immediately started Villains Are Destined to Die, which I've already read half of. You're very hyperactive, but sometimes I watch her videos and think she has ADHD. I don't know what to say about that. People have told me throughout school that I might have ADHD. I went to a psychologist once. They told me I don't have ADHD. I like to go through life with the assumption that I don't really know if I have ADHD, and if I do, it is what it is. Can you read in your native language? So this is not an assumption, but I'm still gonna answer. I don't really like reading in my native language, which is Romanian, because when I started reading with self-help books, I read in Romanian, and then when I switched to fiction, I just automatically switched to English and never turned back. So I just like reading in English. Your personality is not the same as the one on the internet. Well, I think you might be wrong here, because I am just as bubbly and as talkative in real life as I am on camera. Though, in real life, I tend to have moments in which I am maybe sad or a little bit angry. You know, I do have fluctuations in my moods, but I don't think my personality is much different from what you get on the internet. You will probably force your kids to read books. Definitely not. No, I'm not forcing my kids. I didn't like reading, and when my mom forced me, it just didn't stick to me. So I won't force them at all, but they will see me read, and they will have a lot of books in the house, as well as books for them. So if they want to read, they can pick up a book whenever they want. But I will instill this rule that if they want to stay past their bedtime, they'll be able to do that either by running the entire time or reading. I feel like those options are really good, because if they run, they get tired, they want to go to sleep. And if they don't want to run and they want to read, then it's a win-win, because reading is good. You know what I mean? That you just randomly start talking even if no one is around. Yeah, I do that. I do that quite often. Never go outside. Well, I feel like I don't go outside as much as I used to, or as much as I'd like to, but I do find myself having the urge to just go out for a walk or just have a destination, you know, go to the mall or whatnot. Because otherwise I feel like I'm closed indoors and I don't like that, but I don't really go out all that much. I thought you are the quiet, shy type kind of girl. Girl, I tried. I tried to be, you know, the mysterious, shy girl. Doesn't work for me. No, I will just start blurting out whatever comes to my mind, and I will never stop talking. So no, I'm not the shy type at all. If you're listening to an audiobook outside and I approach you, you would randomly act as if you didn't hear me. No, never. Whenever someone comes up to me and recognizes me and wants to talk to me, I will drop everything that I'm doing. I'll just have the biggest smile plastered on my face. Whenever someone comes to me in public, they are making my entire day, my entire week, okay? So I'm so excited, and I would just love to talk to you. So no, I would never ignore anyone that comes up to talk to me when I'm listening to an audiobook. You absolutely hate raps and fast-paced songs. Love your reels, by the way. Thank you, girl. But I used to listen to rap when I was younger. I don't think I hate it, but it's not my, you know, my genre. You know, I like other genres when it comes to music, but I don't hate rap. I used to think you were 16 years old. A lot of people used to think I was 16 years old, and a lot of people still ask me whether I'm 15 or 16 when they first meet me, and I don't mind it. I feel like it's a little bit funny, because when I was younger, I wanted so much to appear as if I was older, and now they always assume I am around 16 to 18. I'm not sure why I think this, but you seem like you read out loud. I don't. No. I don't read out loud. You are not really a book girly, so I don't know how to define what a book girly is. I feel like anyone who reads is a book girly in my opinion, but if we're talking about what I suppose you believe is a book girly, well, I wasn't one before. I didn't read, I didn't like that, and when my boyfriend started reading so much, I didn't get why he was doing that, but then I gave some books a try and realized I liked it. I don't know if I would have been so invested in books to the extent I am now while also being a book content creator, but I believe I would have read nonetheless, regardless if I were to become a content creator or not. So I feel like being a content creator pushes me to read more, but I would have been a book girly or reader or book lover either way. I don't have any, but when I first met you, I thought you were married with kids. I don't know why. Girl, I don't know why either, because some people believe I'm 16 and then others believe I'm married with kids. No. As you know, I'm not married and I don't have kids, but I do have 3 cats. I think you have no siblings and you are an only child, and I think you have done all your studies. I am an only child and I've always wanted to have a brother or a sister. This was something I've always wished for when I was younger. Well, it didn't happen. I'm an only child. And regarding to my studies, yes, I don't know what you mean by all your studies, but I did finish university. I didn't go to a master's or anything like that. If that means all your studies, then yes. You wear socks to sleep. Absolutely not. Who does that? That's just jail time, in my opinion. It's so uncomfortable. I cannot stand socks indoors, and I don't even wear slippers indoors. I just like being barefoot. You give math teacher vibes because you actually look a lot like my favorite math teacher, so I'm not a math teacher, but you got something right. I was a teacher for, I think, about 1.5 years. After I finished high school and I had my final exam, which is called baccalaureate. Anyway, the final exams when you finish high school. I got fairly good marks in my exams because I was broke and I wanted to get my driver's license and also have some money. I started tutoring for all the subjects I had an exam for. So I tutored Romanian, history, and logics. Yeah, logics. So I did that the next year after I graduated. So I did it for about 1.5 years. And I also tutored English for younger kids for a while. So I was a teacher to a certain degree. I didn't really have any free time when I did that, and I didn't make a lot of money, but I managed to get to $1,000, and one of my lessons would be $20 for 2 hours. So it was a lot of time that I put into being a teacher. You look like you would love autumny scents and candles. I do like autumny scents. I love sweet scents. Vanilla and cinnamon and woodsy scents, which are more autumny style. But as of recently, I started to enjoy flowery scents a lot. So I think your assumption is correct though. You never dyed your hair before. Girl, I did dye my hair before. I was blonde, like very blonde, and I disliked it. I paid almost $200 for them to butcher my hair. It looked so bad. I had to cut like the entire length. I had this short hair. I was so sad with how it looked. I felt like even if in the picture you're gonna see now, it looks decent, it just didn't fit me because in real life, it made me look pale and sickly. So yeah, I wanted to go blonde a few times, and then I was actually a burgundy color. I had red hair for a long time when I was younger. I went through a few hair colors, but after that one time I went blonde and they destroyed my hair, I got afraid of going to a salon, and then I started doing it at home. And since then, I've just dyed it neutral colors close to my color. And as of now, all my hair is my color, it's my natural color, and I don't plan on dyeing it anytime soon. On the same topic, you cut your own hair. Don't get me wrong, it looks absolutely gorgeous, girly. Thank you, girl. Since the incident at the salon about 4 years, even more than 4 years ago, 5, whatever, I haven't stepped into a hair salon since. So yeah, I've been cutting my hair at home. You secretly have a frog or a hamster as a pet. I don't. I used to have a hamster when I was younger. I also had a parrot, but I would get a hedgehog for sure. And I would get parrots, but I have cats. For now, I don't think I'm gonna get any other pets, but I would love fish. I would love any pet, honestly. I just want them all. I don't know if this is unhinged, but I feel like you would be freakishly good at math. I would say that I'm good with numbers, but freakishly good, no, not so much. I assume you have really chaotic Pinterest boards. You assume correctly, yeah. I have a million Pinterest boards with different things in them, and I forget about them, and then I do another one, and it's just a mess. And I don't see Pinterest as a platform in that sense. I just save everything and I don't really go back to them, even though when I save them, the purpose is to go back to them, but I never do. I think that you buy books you've already read online just to display them, or buy a special edition because it's cuter. I wish I did that. I wish I did that because whenever I go to buy books, I look at the ones I've read on my phone as an ebook, and I'm like, I'd love to get that. I need to get, and then I don't because I would cheapskate. I should actually go and buy them. And with special editions, again, I'm quite a cheapskate and I go for the cheapest one. But I shouldn't do that because it brings me joy. I don't know why I do that. You know what? I'll buy a special edition next time. I assume you are a lot like me, despite the age gap. I didn't love reading as a child. Yeah, that's true. That was me. Now as a teen, I do love reading, and I also talk a lot and have somewhat of the same energy. I really love how your videos are not the perfect girl aesthetic, like almost every other booktuber girl. I didn't start with a good aesthetic in my house. I had to work with what I got. And now I feel like the very aesthetic vibe isn't really my thing, because as much as I want, it won't look like that, and I've learned to just embrace the way it looks. You are authentic and don't add music to your videos. Girl, I do add music to my videos. It's just that my boyfriend Alex edits my videos, so whenever he puts music in, I'm like, it's a little bit too loud. Can you like lower the volume? And then you end up not hearing it in the video. So I think I'm gonna let him do his thing because I do have music in my video. Just keep being authentic. Thank you, girl. You're so sweet. Thanks for watching my content. I assume that you're super clumsy in real life, not in a negative way. I am clumsy too. Yeah, I am clumsy. I am. I assume you go through phases and almost get a book quote tattooed and then be glad you didn't later. I don't have any tattoos, and I've wanted tattoos for a long time. But whenever I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go get one, then I get overwhelmed by the fact that I don't know what to get. And even with books, what would I get? Like, I wanna get a tattoo, and I don't really care if it's not the perfect one, but I just want it to be authentic. I want it to be my idea, you know, rather than just pick something that someone else has. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm not getting tattoos. But I haven't had the urge to get something tattooed and I'm glad I didn't. Because I just didn't get to glad I didn't, because I didn't get an idea good enough to be like, oh my god, I need to tattoo this immediately. I assume you're really good at singing. I don't know if it's true or not. I think it could be because your voice is really sweet when you're talking. I went to singing classes for a year at some point, and I think I was fairly decent. I've realized along the years that I've gotten better at controlling my voice whenever I'm singing, but I'm not really confident in my singing skills. I do think I'm not bad at singing, but I'm not confident in it either. I assume that you secretly like Gibbsy more than Johnny, the Boys of Tommen series. I loved Gibbsy in the Boys of Tommen series. I haven't read his book yet. Isn't that Taming 7? I think it is. But I do like him a lot. He's one of my favorite characters. I would be able to answer to that assumption once I've read his book. I assumed that the T in your username was because you like to drink tea, or that it was your surname. Okay, so the T in my username doesn't come from drinking tea, but when I did type that username in, I was like, that could sound like I chose it because I like tea. And then I tried drinking tree. What the heck did I just say? And then I tried drinking tree. No, I'm not drinking trees. Then I tried drinking tea, but it turns out I am more of a coffee girl. So tea actually comes from one of my middle names. It's not directly from it. I tried to turn it around because I didn't like that particular middle name, and I transformed it in tea. So yeah, that's why I have tea. I low-key assume that even though you said you don't like going out, if we'd meet in real life, you would be so talkative. So I don't think I don't like going out, but I feel like whenever I go out, I'm not really satisfied with what happened, you know? I don't know. I feel like I would love to go to places that are just better, or do things outside that are just better than, you know, the regular going out that I do. Yeah, if we'd meet in real life, I would be extremely talkative. Yeah, that's just a given. That's just me. I yap a lot. I assume that you like making cookies and cakes. Also love to listen to music a lot. So I had a phase when I started baking, and I did make a really good carrot cake, but no, that didn't stick to me. My boyfriend enjoys baking a lot, but I stepped out of that phase, so I don't really do that anymore. Regarding music, I love music, but as with the phases I talked in the beginning, I have moments in which I listen to music all the time, and then I have periods of time in which I don't really listen to music. So I would say that this applies to my boyfriend much better, because he listens to music a lot and likes making cookies and cake. You long to live in Korea. So I don't think if Korea is my #1 on the top, but I would love to live in Japan, Australia, and Korea. There are so many places that I would love to live in. So I don't know if this is correct, but I'd say it is around the truth. Korea is an option I'd be interested in. I believe you're a postgraduate and may be working also. So I am a postgraduate. I finished university a few years ago. And regarding working, I am not. I actually quit being a voice actress I think a year ago, once my social media thing started earning me money. So once that happened, I quit my job as a voice actress, and this is my current job right now. So no, I'm not working anything else on the side. You used to watch ASMR before you went to bed? No, absolutely not. I haven't listened to ASMR before bed ever, even though I did make ASMR videos when I first started YouTube, but I couldn't stand listening to it. So I think it's called misophonia or something like that, because I get so icky whenever I hear like those ASMR sounds, especially like mouth sounds. Water ASMR, absolutely perfect. But no, I don't listen to ASMR before bed, though my boyfriend listens to ASMR before bed all the time. And I always tell him to lower the volume because I can't hear it through his earphones. So yeah, I'm very sensitive to ASMR sound. I assume you're rich girl. Girl, I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm not rich. Absolutely not. Oh, I mean the way you buy books. Okay, if we're talking about specifically books, then yeah, since I've started to earn money after, getting into content creation more, I have bought a lot of books. And yeah, now that I can, I love to buy books, but I'm not rich. You read tarot. So this is funny because before I even was born, my dad used to make money out of reading tarot. I've never read tarot, but I think I will get a set of cards because I love them, and you know what? I think it's interesting. So I assume that you have never read a Stephen King book. You're right, I've never read a Stephen King book, but I've read a Joe Hill book, which is his son, and I believe he has a similar vibe in his writing style. It was also a horror book called Nosferatu, and I surprisingly really enjoyed it. I don't know why, but I assume you don't like growing plants. No, I love growing plants. The only issue is that I'm terrible at it. All my plants have died, and because I have cats, I'm afraid of getting plants because they would literally munch on them. But at the same time, whatever plants I bought in the past didn't really survive, so all of them ended up at Alex's mom. And she really knows how to take care of them because they're really beautiful. But when I have to take care of them, they don't really survive and thrive. And I'm really sad about that. But I would have my room full of plants if I could. And maybe I'm gonna try it again. You only started reading because of Book Talk books. I don't think that's true. I actually started reading because Alex was reading a lot. So that's the reason. But I did get into more reading because of Book Talk books. And I feel like that's not... I don't assume you said that it's a bad thing, but I've heard a lot of people saying that Book Talk is bad with, all the recs there, and I feel like they are really narrow-minded. Book Talk is a great thing, yes, in every community and, on the internet, you always have bad things and bad influences and all that, but overall, I feel like Book Talk is amazing. More people are reading, book sales have skyrocketed, so I feel like Book Talk was wonderful, and yes, I partly started reading because of Book Talk, but not entirely. I feel like Alex was the reason I actually got into books. You don't dance, so I actually went to dancing classes. It was I don't know what dances they were. Breakdance, whatever. A lot of different styles of dancing. When I was younger, I was about 13 years old, and I think I was doing a great job. I got into learning how to, you know, move my body to the music, but then I didn't dance for such a long time, and I don't really go to the club. I should though, sometimes. I never go to the clubs. But then the clubs here are really trashy, and I'm not really having fun here. So anyway, besides the point, I don't dance all that much, but sometimes I do. I do have even some videos, some shorts in which I dance, which is related to books anyway. But I would say that I don't dance all that much, but I used to, and I don't think I'm very bad at it if I get confident, you know? I assume you would like K-pop. So I haven't listened to K-pop in the last year or so, but I do listen to a few K-pop, not really groups. I don't feel like I am a fan of a certain K-pop group, but I'd rather have some songs that I keep going back to, right? I'm just gonna, you know, pop some of them here because I'm so bad with names and title of songs, so you're just gonna have them here. I think that was the very last assumption for today, and I really enjoyed reading your assumptions, and a lot of you were right in your assumptions, to be honest. So yeah, I had a great time. And we are gonna have a reading vlog soon for those of you who kept asking. And Saving 6 is going to be part of that reading vlog because I just know you want that. I know you do. And I'm really happy I am out of my reading slump. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Whoop.